Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new LEGO Incredibles video, and today it's going to be a special one because it is finally time for customs. I know what you're saying, bro, you've already made 2 episodes of customs. What are you talking about? Maybe even 3 at this point, because I'm not really sure if I'm going to end up doing a live stream today, but either way, a lot of you guys have been asking for some pre-recorded episodes of customs, so that is exactly what we are going to do today. We are at Edna's house, which of course is spectacular, by the way. Like, look at this thing. You know what? Actually, no. We need a flying character just so we could really truly appreciate how epic her house is. I mean, look at this. This is insane. I don't know how practical it is to have that many windows in terms of, like, you have to clean that, and there's a lot of sun that comes in. She doesn't seem to have blinds, so it's probably gets quite hot in there, but you know, either way, what I'm getting at is it's still a pretty ridiculously cool looking house with probably the world's most protected pool ever. Nevertheless, ladies and gents, of course, if you guys enjoyed today's episode of Customs, please don't forget to go on ahead and hit that like button. That would be very highly appreciated. And with that in mind, here we are inside I guess this is her lab, if you would want to call it that. And I really like the design of this place. I think they did an excellent job with that, because if you just look around in terms of the details that are here, it's really quite cool. There's tiny little details like the coffee? Yeah, that's good. Coffee cups here, or maybe that's tea, but either way, you got that. I love the little Roomba going around cleaning the floor. That's hilarious. But the coolest detail is actually all the way back here at the entrance, because you've got this really gorgeous looking aquarium, and behind that, you've got a plethora of really sweet looking costumes. So let me know which is your favorite costume. I've already asked you guys on the live episodes that question, and I've already answered which one is my fave, which is this one here. But let me know which you like best. All right, so with that in mind, let's go on ahead and hop onto the customizer here. And we've already built a few characters before. We've got Blitzbot, we got Batman, we got Flash, we got me, we've got Deadpool, and then we had the assembly of Dr. Doom, all of which turned out pretty cool. So today we're going to go on ahead and first and foremost build a blue Batman, because a lot of people were asking for me to do that, to go on ahead and put together that design of the blue costumed Batman, or I guess it's not just blue, it's like the blue and gray sort of look. So that's what we're going to go on ahead and try to put together, and hopefully we can succeed. But outside of that, the other character we're going to create, well, if we're building Batman, who must we then build? So I'll just leave it at that. All right, so let's begin, shall we? So here's the customizer itself. I do want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a preview of what's available. The thing that really stinks about the customizer is that there's a lot of stuff, like, for example, I would love to be able to go on ahead, and even this helmet right here, I would love to be able to recolor that. I think that would be really cool, but unfortunately, the game does not give me that option. So that really stinks, and there's going to be a lot of limitations like that. The biggest limitation, in my opinion, in this customizer is the fact that you can't change the faces at all in terms of color. Like, a lot of the faces, like, for example, this would possibly look really cool if I could change it from that really light blue to another shade, you know? There's lots of different looks here that I would love to use for other designs, but because they're stuck and limited to just that one color, I have to use the color that it comes along with. I cannot then change it to something else, which totally stinks. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to work with that limitation. So either way, let's go on ahead and begin assembly of Batman. So I was thinking that this might be a good look, the icebreaker. The main issue we're gonna have is, of course, with the headpiece, just in terms of something that would even kind of like relatively look good, you know, because there really isn't all that many great options as far as helmets and so on and so forth is concerned. I do like this for the face. I think that works pretty well. There might be some other looks that we could go on ahead and check out. I think we might still have to go with the what is it called? That those ears that I just showed you guys, the ones that are black, just because there isn't many other options that we could use, unfortunately. So as much as that stinks. Huh, you know what? I wonder, actually, that kind of looks cool too. I want to see what that looks like with that helmet. Yeah, the bunny ears helmet. That would be hilarious. That one. Okay, so again, I know it's not perfect, but stick with me here for a second. We're trying. We're trying different looks. I think that's a little brighter. She just every time. That's what I love about it. Every time, like literally without exception, every time in this game that you pick a cape, she always makes fun of me for it. She's like, "Don't you dare use a cape!" Like, but I want to. I want to use a cape. What's your problem? You know. But it's pretty funny that she's so diligent about making sure that no one uses a cape. Okay, let's see. I want to see what that looks like with the blue. Okay. Now, the main reason why we're going with this look, I guess, is because there's a lot of options for the arms and the legs in terms of the blue and the gray and so on and so forth. So that's why we can go on ahead and attempt this look and attempt to make it look cool and proper and so on and so forth. So that's kind of the balance that we're striving for. Now, keep in mind, again, I do want to clarify this. Obviously, this is not going to turn out perfect by any means. It's not going to look... I'm going to go back to the... what are they called? To the torso in just a second. I just want to double check on the arms. You see, those arms would be perfect if they were inverted. Like where was the blue was where the gray is and the gray is where the blue is. Does that make sense? Kind of? Sort of? Yeah? Maybe? Huh. That could look kind of cool. What if we went for the black and gray? Huh. Because then we could go on ahead and choose that other face that we had before, right? Dude. Okay. Wait. I'm excited because we might be able to put together a pretty sweet looking Batman. We're going to need to change the cape, obviously, because that's not going to look right. We're going to give him a gray or maybe even a black, just so it kind of matches the cowl, right? Not bad. I'm going to go with the arms that we have right now. Change the gloves to be black. That looks pretty good. Then we make the hips black as well. The legs would need to be gray. Or mostly gray, again. So we're gonna... Ooh, dude! This might turn out really, really, really cool. Okay, let's take a look at the torsos again. So we're gonna need to... This is really the moment that's either gonna make it or break it. The right torso print is super duper crucial to making this look at least somewhat decent. So that's what we're going for. And that's what we're gonna attempt to pull off here. And that's too much, obviously, robotic. I genuinely do think that this might be the best one so far for what we're going for. But again, I want to make sure we scroll through all of them first. The shade on that is a little off. It's kind of blue-ish. Same with that one. Even though it does look cool, actually. Ooh. Oh, but it's shiny. Dang it. If that wasn't shiny, if that was like flat gray, that would have worked really, really nicely, honestly. Unfortunately, it looks like we're going to have to go on ahead and play it out with this one, because I think that is probably the best look we could possibly get. Now, wait a minute. I know what you're saying. There's still some other elements that are missing, so we're going to go on ahead and give him the grapple gun. Now, I know that you're going to say, what about flight? We have to sacrifice grapple gun for flight, but I think that genuinely, that turns out pretty sweet. That turns out pretty awesome. So, we've got the black and gray. Do we... I guess I'll just type in Batman, and then if it gives me room, like if I'm allowed to still use any more letters, then I will go on ahead and pick B. Oh, whoops. Not what I wanted to do. Wait, how do I change? Oh, there we go. Black and... There's the end sign. G. Black and gray. There we go, guys. We did it. Seriously, that is awesome. So, with that first character out of the way, we can now go on ahead and shift our attention towards the second character that we're going to go on ahead and put together here today. Now, I want you guys to take a quick moment right now in the comment section below. Let me know what other customs you would like to see in the future. And plus, on top of that, if you guys could take a quick moment to let me know whether or not you prefer 2 characters per episode or 1 character per episode. So if we do 2 characters per episode, maybe I'll upload less frequently. So it'll be like 1 episode every 2 days or something. But if it was a new character every day, I could possibly do 1 brand new episode of customs every day, just so that it's not overwhelming, you know? So let me know what you guys think of that idea down in the comment section below. Really, really looking forward to hearing what you guys all think. So, of course, since we do have a Batman, those of you that guessed correctly, you would know that we now need the Joker. Because how could you possibly have Batman without the Joker? So, as far as the hairstyles are concerned, this is actually going to be really fun because there really are a lot of hairstyles in this game. This is probably the game that has the most hairstyles, so I do like that. Actually, you know what I've wanted to try always, because I've never actually tried this out in this game, is to randomize. I want to see what we would get. Okay, that's definitely not the Joker. Same here. Hey, look at that. Perfect Joker. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's hilarious. That actually is pretty funny. What is that? Oh, it's just a giant rocket on his back. Okay, got you. All right, so let's go on ahead, and I guess first, you know what? Let me start with the face, because everything else is going to adjust to the face itself. So there are a couple of options here, actually, for the Joker, which I do like, which is pretty awesome. So we could use some of these faces, right? Like that face actually works kind of well, the Bon Voyage face, because it's got the red lips. Right? So it's somewhat Joker-esque. I wish the eyebrows were green, because then that would be super Joker-esque. And again, we could obviously go on ahead and do like an inspired look or inspired by the Joker and use something like even like that face paint there. So that really depends. And we'll see what we end up with at the end, depending on the hairstyle and whether or not we put on a hat or anything like that, you know? So all of those variables will affect what we end up choosing here. I was thinking maybe use Screecher's face, but no, it's too much makeup and it's clearly too smiley. Like, that's not villainous enough for the Joker. Yeah, I don't think that would work. This is our only way of creating the Hulk, by the way, because I can't recolor any of the other faces, so that stinks. Is that we're gonna have to have a bearded Hulk, which would be kind of funny now that I think about it, but still. I'd rather it if it wasn't the case. Okay, so let me see first if they even have that type of hat the Joker usually wears. I think they usually put this type of hat on the Joker. So I guess technically we could make him wear that, which wouldn't be the worst look ever. So that would be a possibility. I wish it was kind of like this, where it had a little bit of hair on it, because I think that would have looked much, much better. And unfortunately, it doesn't seem like there is a hat that has both the hair and the specific style of hat that we want. So let's stick with the hair then, style of some sort. And we're going to need to pick something that would be somewhat fitting for the Joker. By the way, I feel like that haircut would be really good for like a Two-Face design, no? Because it's half messy and half like smooth. I think that would work really well, actually. That would look kind of cool. That's pretty much Superman's haircut. Even though I have said that I think it would be funny to make a Superman with this hair, where it's just super duper chaotic. So here's the thing. We could probably go on ahead and pick a hairstyle that they have used for the Joker. I don't know if they have it in here, actually. Let me carefully scroll through and pay attention this time so that I'm actually looking. Okay, so they've used this hairstyle for the Joker before. I know that for sure. That's the one that they usually use for the comic book Joker. Then the movie version of the Joker, or the Lego movie version of the Joker, I should say, I don't actually see that hairstyle here, oddly enough. But I do kind of like this look. I think that sort of looks interesting, you know, for the Joker. I think that works because it's really messy and like all over the place. So that could be kind of cool. What about that one with a little bit of green like that? Oh, no, that's like a headband. I thought that was just green hair. Nope. That could work too. But I like the other hairstyle more because it covers more of the sides of his face. So it kind of looks like he's got the makeup all over his head instead. Again, this one would be cool for Harley, actually. This hairstyle. Or this one. There's lots of good options there. Could go with that, but I feel like, again, that would not be very fitting for the Joker. So let's go with the spot hair, because I think that will be a pretty good balance between being something that's lengthy enough to cover the sides of the face and the back of the head, but at the same time something that's not super duper long and ridiculous. So that's good. We got that part nailed down and figured out, which is pretty astonishing. Let's go on ahead and focus on the things that we know are going to be easy, like the hands and so on and so forth. The legs, for example, should be pretty easy as well, as long as I can make them purple, which we can. So that's awesome. And the hips will be the exact same thing. So that should be a very, very, very simple process, okay? Now, here's the tricky part. And that is going to be the torso. So for the torso, we want kind of like a suit, because usually that's what the Joker wears, are like suits pretty much. But I don't think there's a purple suit. Now, let's scroll through just to be certain. That might be our best option, actually, because it's red, but it's kind of burgundy, so it's somewhat close to purple. So that might be the one we go with. But I'm going to scroll through just to be certain as to what is actually available and what we might be able to use here. These suits are just too plain, I feel like, so I don't really want to use that one. That could kind of work, actually, for the Joker as well. I think that would be somewhat functional. And again, if there is something purple, I would consider it. It just has to be the right shade and at least somewhat of a suit-like item, because otherwise it's gonna look completely off. Like something like that. Yeah, it's purple and it's the right shade and everything, but it's completely off for your Joker costume, you know? I mean, I just feel like, again, we want to have at least a little... Like, honestly, I almost feel like this would work even better just because it's so over the top and in your face and fancy, like the Joker usually rocks. So I think that's why I would go on ahead and select that one. But you know what? I'm going to go on ahead and try. I just want to at least try the one that we had before this, which was all the way up here. I don't even remember whose costume this is. This is Civilian Alexander. So if we could match something to the hands like that, and then we do need to give him the right power, which I think is going to be electricity. I think that will be good. There we go. Again, you could probably make the argument that Joker could probably use a different power, but I feel like electricity kind of serves him well. Like, look at that. He looks like a supervillain there. That looks great. So, with that in mind, ladies and gents, we have put together our very own take on the Joker. So we had the Caped Crusader himself, a Batman, and of course now also the Joker. Let me know what other custom you would like to personally see on an upcoming episode of Customs for the Lego Incredibles video game. Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm looking forward to reading the comments, and I will give you guys a shout out to one of you, whoever comes up with suggestions. So if you see a suggestion that you really like, thumbs up that comment. That really helps me out in terms of the decision-making process of what character we're going to build next. So go on ahead and check out the comments section. Even if you don't have an idea yourself, maybe you could look at other people's suggestions and be like, hey, that sounds really cool. I'd love to see a Harley Quinn, or I'd love to see a Superman, or I'd love to see a... I'm sticking with DC. People are going to say I'm a DC fanboy again. Or I'd love to see Deadpool, or I'd love to see a Ninja Turtle, or I'd love to see, you know, insert and fill in the blank with whatever character you would personally want to see. I will do showcases for the characters as well, of us like actually roaming around and, you know, exploring things. Again, I think that this character turned out really, really awesome, actually. And then, of course, we had the Joker, who also, in my opinion, turned out quite cool, again, within the limits of the game. So with that all being said, ladies and gents, thank you all so very much for watching today's episode of Customs. I will hopefully catch you guys here on the next one. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.